Yeah, I mean, obviously the experience on the road's big. You know, we have a very young team. A lot of these kids are starting as freshmen or getting a lot of minutes. We still have a lot of sophomores on the team. So at the end of the day, you hope these minutes and the time that they're getting on the field translate to when we play at Cincinnati our first game, or when we go to Connecticut later in the year, that these conference games that are not necessarily must-wins, but games that we have to get points on the road to make sure we qualify for the semifinals of conference. You hope it translates to experience that when those games come around, you just hope that happens and we've gotten all the bad out of us, per se. Some have done better than others, but that's not to say the ones that haven't gotten to that level that we're giving up on. It's tough. I mean, some of these kids are 18 and they're playing against 22 and 23-year-olds, while others, some of our 18-year-olds, have made the transition very quickly. So it's a process. I didn't expect all of them to be able to be starters from day one, but at the same time, I do have a level of expectation that each day I want them to get better, and some of them are, and others are maybe hitting sort of a halt now just because school has started, and we have to find a way to get the most out of them because, you know, it's only a 26-man roster, so we've got to get the most out of all the players on our roster, whether you're a freshman or a redshirt senior. It just gives them a ground as to the quality we're looking for, the level that we're getting at. Jackson obviously was an all-conference last year as a freshman. This year as a preseason. David's level speaks for itself. Obviously, technically, if not the best on the team, one of the best. When they're out at practice and they're at games, leaving it physically and mentally on the field, it sets a bar for these freshmen to know, you know what, that's the level I've got to get to. That's what I need to get to. And whether they get to that or not, just as long as they put the effort in and try to get to that level, it's the examples that Jackson and David are setting. So another long road trip. Obviously, we got back early Tuesday morning from our trip. Obviously back on the road Thursday morning, so it's there's an acclimation to it for the fact that, yeah, guys have to make sure they're staying up with school, and at the same time our expectations of keeping the level on the field the same. So we leave tomorrow morning, we'll train at UMKC, and then our game will be Friday. They're a team that they're sort of very familiar with the last couple teams that we played with, UAB, with SIUE, that they sort of play a direct style with the quality, and if you fall into that trap, they'll punish you for it. We obviously have certain ways that we're going to try to teach our guys to get around that, but having said that, it should be a pretty evenly matchup. I think their record's really good. Obviously, I think we're better than what we've showed, but we're still looking for our first win. So the guys are getting antsy for that. We are as well. So I expect us to go out, and I expect to come back from this weekend with at least a victory, if not more than that. And then in leading to Sunday's game against Missouri State, you're right, it's a team that we've played over and over again. I know their coaching staff very well, and there's never a blowout in this game. It's always very even. It's maybe one goal, and the other team's pushing to either get a tie, or maybe the other team makes it 2-0. But at the same time, they're very well organized. They have a very set, very calculated game plan, and from that, you know, it's up to us to make sure we're able to control that or sustain it, and obviously implement our attack on them and hopefully get a goal or two out of it.